お願いします。Thank you. Fucking is a dishcloth. Where's the fucking dishcloth? I said. I've said this before. My niece, I paid for my niece to come over, and I said to the waitress, "Would you like a good fucking?" And or have you got a good fucking or something like that? And of course, my niece's mouth dropped. You know. That's it. It's a dishcloth. Or maybe that's it. I would like a fucking. Can you help? And it would have been funny if the waitress said, "Don't be fucking silly." I need a fucking. Wipe this table. Anyone there? No.悪いけど拭いてくれる? That means can you wipe it, please? Can you wipe it for me? Thank you. Oh, someone turned up. Who turned up? Two people turned up. Just trying to crick my neck. Well, another rainy day in Japan. Hey, I wonder what it's like in Hokkaido. Oh. If there was a God, this is what I would do if I was God. I'd go above the earth and then with my big hand, I'd swoosh all the cloud. When it was raining too much, I'd swoosh it all over to the areas that weren't getting rain, like the Middle East, Greece, Turkey, Italy, America, where they're having problems. Just like that, big hand, whoa, just move it over there, have a bit of that for a couple of days, put those fires out, get some vegetation growing. There you go, simple. There is one big problem. There's no fucking God, so you can't do that. You can't really call, it says people kill each other because of free will. Not free will, don't get mistaken. Free will. But free will has got nothing to do with weather systems, has it? The weather. That's nothing to do with the free will. So why can't God help with that? You know why he can't help with that? Because there's no fucking God. Well, I can understand these people. If they've been crashing their heads, if they've been getting beatings from nuns and fucking priests that have never had sex with an adult, and then in the Middle East, if you've been banging your head on a fucking floor learning the Quran backwards and forwards, you have to justify all that pain and suffering. Because if you turn around and say, I know it now, I know there's no God, you look like a right cunt, a stupid cunt. And so this is why they can't do that. Because whether it's a religious cult or religion, which is still a cult, they don't mind taking money off people, they don't mind fucking the congregation men's wives. They don't mind fucking their children. They don't mind taking their money. They see no problem with that. What they do see a problem with is when you want to leave the church. Even during the COVID, this fucking evil cunt in America, who supposedly got several $100 million, with telling people, even though you can't come to church, keep sending your money. He's already got hundreds of millions of dollars. These people are fucking sick. But the government won't do anything because they want their support when it comes to the fucking ballot box. For a minute I wonder what was happening, and then there was the radio and there's a lady a few seats away talking on the phone, which is very rare, by the way. Grand and lunch. I wonder if that'd get people biting. Let's ban religion. If there were no drugs available at raves or going to raves, would people go to raves? Because I've seen these people dancing. Oh my God. Oh, that's a good idea. Go to the warehouse and break up hundreds of light bulbs. I forget. I was gonna do a live stream on Sean Locke. Very funny guy. He actually talked about having cancer or being a problem with cancer when he was working as a young man, and but he was obviously kept this under wraps, and he's died 58 years old. Very young, very sad, very funny guy. He actually wrote for Jimmy Carr. Four people watching. Want to say anything? Let's get this show started. Still pissing me down outside. My indicators aren't working properly. It's very tempting looking at fried potatoes. So oh, maybe about a week, no fried potatoes. Or chips maybe. Or definitely 5 days. Hey, Geek, my saviour. You probably don't know Sean Locke, do you? English comedian. He died of cancer. I'm sure you know Jimmy Carr, yeah? He wrote jokes for Jimmy Carr. Hello, Samuel, how are you? Are you joking? Are you fucking serious? I just can't believe it. When I had the cafe bar, I was surprised how cheap coffee was, and I think it was like 20 yen. It was, and this was decent coffee. It was 20 yen per cup, and you were charging like fucking 300 yen for it. Oh, so you did know him then? I'm going Rasta. So it won't be long before someone will accuse me of appropriation. I was going to have a beer last night for Sean Locke, but I ended up not doing it. Yeah, because like, you know, this last I don't know, is it 4 weeks, I've been drinking a lot more than usual. And so it's nice to have a bit of clarity. Yeah, I know, yeah. Yeah, I remember when this guy first came out, because people were accusing him of taking the piss. Then he had to explain that, you know, I didn't know there were Irish slaves either. You know, they took the fucking Irish to fucking the West Indies. The English, well, it's not just the English, is it? It's just people, upper class people are cunts. Simple as that. Yeah, but it'd be quite interesting to see this fella, if he's got any, if there were any more Irish Jamaicans, Irish stock, and if there's an Irish, surely he's got to have an Irish bar. I think they were indentured, so they could work it. They could work it off, and that was the difference between indentured people and blacks. Blacks were never free. There are lots of people around the world that are still working off their children are sold into slavery. They're still working their parents' debts off, and this happens in Myanmar. And they're cunts. They're just evil cunts. I've just been watching Victor's video. I was a bit concerned. He was with his son next to a very, very busy road. That looked quite dangerous. I'll have to have a word with him. Yeah, he was talking to his son about which are more important, cats or humans. That is what I'm going to tell him, geek. My friend Geek says, yeah, he's probably the same guy we're talking about, the one on YouTube, yeah. I think his daughter came on and tell him, you go, yeah, that's my dad, or my dad's Irish Jamaican or something, or he's a white Jamaican. But even today, after he's been explaining this for 4 years, even today there are people, I think maybe one of his channels was banned, and he's still having to explain, but you can't explain things to fucking idiots, you know. And the first time I heard of this actually was an Icelandic comedian made a joke about bringing slaves from Ireland to work for them in Iceland, and that's why there's this thing about Irish giant, ginger Irish giants, and that's like my son's a bit like that because he's got Irish blood in him, and from Iceland there are a few island ginger giants. Yeah, I must admit, he does drink, doesn't he? But I'm not one to slag him for being drunk, but maybe he doesn't see it as a problem, as neither did I, so. But like I said, I've stopped drinking. Well, I had one actually, maybe two, but I've got there's nothing wrong with my hands. I had a bit of a headache actually. I had a little bit of a headache. I don't know if that was with the drink. Yeah, but Victor's got to stay strong now because his children are still very young. My friend sent me a bottle of brown sauce. I can't fucking find it. Yeah, he was telling me that his mum and his sister were very sick from the vaccines. 2 days in bed, and his dad was okay and he was okay. Yeah, I think you got to be careful with the sake geek because it's so easy to fucking drink, mate. Oh, security's here. Yeah, sometimes we gaijin in Japan stop drinking it because it does cause fucking real problems. Because like I say, it's easy to drink. I think usually a Geki can is sold in like 2 litre Tetra packs. Yeah, just try it over ice. That's over ice, not over rice. Oh yeah, just talking earlier done this. I spent too much time yesterday on fucking Instagram and what have you. But one of the funniest videos I saw was a woman. She was going crazy because her neighbour had changed the password, or he put a password on his Wi-Fi. She was fucking threatening to hurt him if he didn't give her the password. Fucking hell. Because I don't know if you can test. I suppose you could test. For example, if you were, I guess you could test for it, couldn't you? If someone else was using your Wi-Fi. Had a good day yesterday, but breaking up more fucking lights. But I've got about 200 kilos of steel and 10 kilos of twin and earth. Do you know what I mean when I say twin and earth? It's electrical wiring what they use in the house between the sockets. The grey wire. In Japan, a lot of the time they attach an earth wire to the wire, so it's just a pair. I'll just explain, geek. It's the grey wire in the housing that runs between the electrical appliances. So now that it was about 2 months ago, it was like 400 yen per kilo. And it's just the prices are holding up good. It's still 380 yen per kilo. she's alright. Oh, don't get me. No, the ground wire is in English. You sure it's not green? The earth wire, the ground wire. For example, you know, you can have white and black for the for the neutral and the live, white and black, and for the earth, green. I would have thought it'd been the same for most countries. Sometimes you could have red and black, I suppose. That's it, geek. That was the batteries up, pal. Thanks for tuning in. Been good chatting.